here. This is my Christmas synthwave.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I'll give you a little more though. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Our warm-up topic of the day is from Charles the Bugman. He says, hey guys, have you heard about KFC changing the name of their building to Saucy? I just saw a Saucy KFC. That's hilarious. No, and then we have another listener, Shivesh, says, I think the Saucy arm of KFC bought out PDQ and called it that. They still have
Saucy
original.
arm.
Yeah, I thought Saucy was more like just quick serve, even more quick serve, but wings, right? Wings and nugs.
I mean, I would think wings and nugs. If you're
I think it's
saucing
wings
it.
and nugs. How do you feel about Raisin Cane's?
I've never been.
It's very good.
I've never been.
It's very good.
Where I don't think there's one around here, is there?
The problem with it is, and there's a story, and I've been wanting to talk, it's on my list to talk about with Mr. Van, because it's very strange business. So the gentleman that owns Raisin Cane's, who is now a billionaire based on Raisin Cane's,
Okay.
makes no bones about the fact that when he was in college, he worked at a smaller chain of restaurants that is exactly the same, called Guthrie's. He even has it in his bio on the Raisin Cane's website. So he worked at Guthrie's, and then he got out, and then he decided, I think he's a business major, and he's like, I just want to do this better, I guess.
This is what America's built
But I
on,
swear to
right?
God, it's exactly the same fucking thing.
Well, I mean, wasn't that like something between like Wendy's, McDonald's, or like?
See, Kupo J says Raisin Cane's is kind of mid, let's be real. Okay, Kupo, I love you, but you can't make a statement like that without giving what's better. You see what I'm saying? You can't just be like...
I've never been. I mean, I've been to PDQ and a Chick-fil-A, but I haven't been anywhere else.
Yeah, you got to give
I'm
the...
basic.
Guthrie's. Okay, so I liked Guthrie's too, and I do believe, I think Guthrie's is better as well.
Do we have any of these around here?
No.
Okay.
We don't. I think a Guthrie's would work here. But my question is, more of a question for businessman Tom,
Yes.
is it's strange to me, I'm not a business guy, but growing up, and even as I sit now, I realize that things have changed. But I kind of come from a generation at 49 years of age where I think you shouldn't be allowed to have the exact same menu with the exact same secret sauce, the exact same fries, the exact same chicken fingers, and everything. And that's not an original idea.
No.
You
but
shouldn't be allowed,
competition.
but you copied it.
I mean,
No,
you
but
got-
it's exactly the same.
I mean, you have Tires Plus and Tire Kingdom. I mean, and you.
But they're selling third-party tire products,
But
right?
they're all doing the same. But they're all doing the same thing. They're selling third-party chicken. They got to cook it.
Let's see what everybody's saying in
I
here.
don't know. I feel like we're having a chicken.
I
fight.
thought Raisin Cane's was pretty good. I thought it was good. Yeah, I thought it's not. I wouldn't even say it's as good as Guthrie's.
Is it like Southern? Where do you find a Raisin Cane's?
Right up here,
Oh.
like literally, like you can go
Oh, so it is Southern.
back way of Baldwin, go out
Oh, okay.
towards like you're going to the airport.
Okay.
Make a left, and there's one down there next to the city barbecue.
What do you got? What's your like?
It's just chicken fingers.
But do you get like, and you get them sauced?
No.
Or like, okay.
No, hell
Oh,
no.
okay.
You got to dip them in their
Oh, okay,
Zax, or
okay.
not Zax sauce. Zaxby's is another one. Zaxby's is the same shit.
Yeah. They're all the same shit.
No, but there should be one. That's my complaint.
Well, that's called a monopoly. And
No. But it was the original idea.
Okay.
Like they're just copying. It's like they're copying. It's the sauce I think that gets me.
Mad
Like
about the
the
sauce.
Guthrie sauce or gut sauce as they called it.
Mm-hmm.
You go to college. You'd be like in Gainesville. You'd be in Tallahassee. I think those were the areas they had them near colleges. You'd get a little thing of the sauce of gut sauce, and you'd get one to eat. And then at the end of it, if you had some left, you put a penny in it, a dirty penny, and you'd let it sit for like 20 minutes and take it out and scrub the penny, and it'd be like perfect. That was like the trick you did when you were drunk.
Wow. That's probably a sign that you shouldn't eat the sauce.
Well, you did it after. You did it after you were done.
No, I know, but I think what it does to your stomach.
Well, they always do that thing where they're like, you
Clean it
should
up.
leave a pound of bacon in Diet Pepsi overnight, and it will destroy it. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. My stomach's tougher than bacon. I'm not
Is it?
bacon.
I thought you had liquid shits.
I'm not.
Evidently
I
it's
do have
not.
liquid shits, and we've talked about
Evidently
this.
it's
My
not.
stomach has acid to break down everything. My stomach acid is stronger
than
shit.
Pepsi. Yeah, thank you. Finally, this is why I like this guy. And then when he says things and I'm like, yeah, and I do yes and, I get shit on. They're like, fight him, tell him he's wrong. I'm like, no, then we wouldn't have a show, motherfucker.
Yeah. You don't want to keep art.
That's what I tell him. I started doing that on Reddit. You know what I said, y'all got email?
Come.
Y'all got email?
You know where the studio
I gotta
is by
fix
now.
your camera, Tracy. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold
because
still.
I'm too short.
You are too sure. You look very cute.
I have like.
You know what you look like? You look like one of those. Hold on, look.
No, I'm.
Look at that. Look at Tracy. Oh God, no, hold on. Just like that. I need eyes. There we go. Somebody, Melissa, screenshot that. Should we run it like that? You are so cute. All right.
Well, I say I when I last was in here with Ross, I feel like
Here, let me fix it.
I said who I felt like, the girl that sits in the big rocking chair, who's like Lily Tomlin's character. I forget what her name is.
Let's fix the. There we go.
I'm a
now,
giant.
Now it's fixed.
That,
Hey, what? Harassment. Call HR. All right. There
I don't
we
know
go.
who that is.
I got
Actually,
your picture.
it might be Merchman at this point.
Oh, the whole chat room's perfect. Of course, you
Son of a
motherfuckers.
bitch.
You perverts. Just like me. One of us. One of us. It just so happens we do have attractive women that work here. Not my fault. Okay, sorry. I shouldn't have done that. That is how you go to HR.
I know.
Luckily, HR is Tom, and
I
I just sent him a text, and he texts back, ooh la la.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Absolutely fine. Ghost of Minute Bull said now they're just going crazy. It's a nice icebreaker. They're calling it Pervert Tuesday. It's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving is Pervert Tuesday.
Yeah. You have bad things are happening in here, Tom. Don't leave again.
So I
back.
had to fix her camera, but I made it too big, so that I just made
Put it on my
her
boobs.
picture,
Just
her
straight on my
cleavage,
boobs.
her cleavage. And I'll tell you, we're testing higher than we've ever tested.
That's what I want.
A little bit of cleavage. It wasn't even a lot.
Samantha wouldn't give it to him. Tracy will. Damn
It
it.
wasn't even a lot. It was just a little bit of mom cleavage, and the whole chat room went, we're testing higher than we've ever tested. We're the highest rated radio show in Orlando right now by a long shot. How shitty is that? That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you
Just
gotta
be
do.
a pretty girl. They're calling it Titty Tracy Tuesday. Please don't
Jesus
do that.
Christ.
I don't want to get an email from your
Come
husband.
on,
I
be
like it.
professional.
When Mike's gonna be like, "Hey, show me the thing," I'm gonna have to fast forward to the beginning.
It was literally for 3 seconds, but it mattered. Look, you said there's more people in the chat room we've ever had. Okay, Mr. Van. This is a Tracy segment. Where does it go?
Yeah, we're going to do this for Tuesday 1.
Tuesday 1. All right. Would you like to start?
Sure.
Here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We're live on Twitch and YouTube. Come hang out in the chat room. You never know what you're going to see. I'm not going to talk about it. Just YouTube at Tom and Dan Live, or if you are a Twitch person, Tom and Dan Live. But I'd love to see you in the chat room and hanging out. In fact, we do these little warm-ups before we start, and the warm-up today was we were talking about, it perplexes me that the man that started the chicken franchise Raising Cane's blatantly on his website even says that he got the idea from the other chicken chain Guthrie's, and now he's a billionaire. Guthrie's is hurting. And it just doesn't seem fair to me that, and I understand that it's just chicken, but if you look at the menus, it's not just chicken. It is a carbon copy of each other. It is literally like Raising Cane's might as well be Guthrie's. Yeah, but that's, I don't know how it happens. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. And maybe Guthrie's can't sue or do anything because it's just not a thing. But it is the same damn thing.
Well, so is kind of Zaxby's.
It is. I know. I shut them down too. I shut them all down.
And I guess, chicken nuggets have been popular since McDonald's, I guess.
I understand.
McDonald's made it.
It's so specific, though, because the sauce, it's a very specific, I'd say, chicken dipping remoulade. And that's what I would argue if I were an attorney. I'd be like, hey, I get it. Chicken is chicken. Texas toast is Texas toast. But every one of these restaurants after Guthrie's has the same damn dipping sauce, and that ain't right. That's what I would say.
Guthrie's went wrong when they started marketing, or at least I don't even know if I think they did actually officially call it the Gut Box, because that's what we called it. Used to get in college.
In fact, you and I bonded
Gainesville.
when you became an intern. We bonded a bit over, party, gut box, late night, that whole thing. Yeah,
but it sounds like diarrhea because that's what you after drinking 100 beers the day before and having a gut box.
We can end on this. I had the Raisin Cane's equivalent to the modern day gut box. It's a 4-strip scenario with slaw, Texas toast, and crinkle fries.
Oh, yeah.
And I ate it, and it blew me sideways. Yeah, it was not good. It was not, I don't
Well,
have a
you're
gallbladder.
hungover, I know.
I don't have a gallbladder. Anyway.
White Claw Tracy's here. How you doing, Tracy?
Hi.
So Tracy does a segment with us each month promoting White Claw and talking about her adventures because Tracy is, I mean,
She's a drunk adventurer.
you are on the go.
I thought that was Mo.
Yeah.
Well, Mo's on the go, but he's
Yeah.
doing business. You are doing a lot of different things.
Mo's in Hawaii.
What's,
Yeah.
What
what's he
business
doing
is
in
he
Hawaii?
doing over there?
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
Oh, I bet he's he's probably with Dog the Bounty Hunter.
he's doing
Yeah.
business over there.
Stomping some ice pipes.
A little bit of vacationing. Mo's done well for himself.
Yes.
But let's go back to White Claw. You told me that the pineapple 6-packs are coming out in a couple months.
Yes.
Which pineapple is one of my favorite White Claw flavors.
It's grown on me.
Yes.
I very much enjoy it. And I
Yes.
finally had grape. I can report.
Are you serious?
Dude, grape rips.
Well,
Did you have it at the beer fest?
I did have it at the beer
It's
fest.
amazing.
That's the only place I've been able to find it. It's very coveted, apparently. You
It
White Claw
is.
people, I'm telling you, for those of us that don't dabble as much, it's very difficult to find grape.
Yeah.
But I had it, and I'm going to say something. I
Say
think
it.
it's my favorite.
It's really good.
I love the flavor of grape, and there's something nostalgia about it.
Yeah.
And ice cold on a hot day, and
Oof.
our beer fest was maybe 4 degrees too hot. It slapped.
Yeah, it's
so
good.
Really,
It's good.
really good.
well, now grape flavor Surge is coming out soon.
Woo! Get ready to,
oh,
you know,
man,
it's
that's
gonna be
a-
a good time.
That'll slap it.
I love grape.
Um,
But you know what's funny about the Surge product is when I walk into gas stations, and I'm a fan, I'm always up at the Corinne 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I'm in there, if someone is buying a single White Claw,
It's
it's always a Surge. They're not dumb. They know exactly what they want.
Yeah.
And I see, and that must be a very, very well-selling product because sometimes I see only people buying Surge.
Yeah. It's good. It's
Where are
good.
you on the Surge?
So I'm going to be honest with you. I have not tried a Surge yet because I am scared of Surge because I have no self-control.
they're high octane.
Yeah, I'm very scared because once
It's
I start
a different experience.
I mean, once I start clawing, I mean, there's really no stopping me. And sometimes I like to start early, so a Surge is probably not my best bet.
Yeah.
But I am definitely going to try the grape Surge when they do come out, but I'll try that later on in the evening.
Yeah,
I'll surge myself later. I'll
Just
save the
after-
Surge.
I think you surge first.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
Miss Surge
You
first.
start
then.
with a Surge. I mean,
Okay,
I've done
yeah.
it here before. Like when White Claw would drop off stuff here, and they dropped off some Surge. I started with a Surge, and then I was like, "Whoa, Nelly!" And then I eased
then
into
you
regular.
ease. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
See, I was going to ease into the woo.
So
Yeah,
Tracy,
from the chat room, SJ says grape Surge, and this is a hillbilly quote. He said, "Ooh boy." Yeah, that gets a real ooh boy.
So Tracy was texting me the night of the beer fest because Tracy. Well, first of all, let's give a round of applause to Tracy
Yeah,
for
I'll do it.
Sweet, thank you.
for putting on.
No,
I mean,
you
essentially,
have to do it. Or were you just saying it?
I just said it.
Okay.
I'd like to do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
What is that?
No,
one?
no, I'm
Hold
waiting.
on, I'll give you this. I'll
Okay,
I'll
thank
give
you.
you a blast.
You know what? I was clapping for
Jimmy's show,
Pabone's
they make
band.
you do it.
What?
When you go in for the Jim Colbert show, they make you clap. They'll
I
start
didn't
poking
do
you
it.
with a dowel rod if you don't. They'll poke
I
you
was
in your
like,
flanks.
just put a sound effect. My God.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, but people know the sound effect is fake, and there's a no AI initiative going on right now. Tom.
That's gonna bury them. By the way, you guys gotta go. Well, I don't know what you're doing.
When you fight the robots, when humans fight the robots,
Yeah.
you always die.
Yeah, like you gotta go all
Yeah,
the way.
you gotta make them your friends.
Fire the humans.
Yeah.
You see, that's what big corporations need.
I
to
don't
do.
know if they know this, but can I give them one piece of unsolicited business advice? If you want to be the richest company, fire them all and go all AI.
Yeah. Yeah.
There, I said it. I said
AI
it.
beer fests are amazing.
AI everything.
They're like, we're gonna hire more humans to do stuff that computers can do for free. I'm like, that's a bad business model. Like, I'm not a business genius.
Are you guys telling me I'm fired?
No! Hey, whoa.
All right, I just needed to circle around.
Easy.
Okay,
Who
all right,
said that? That may be what you're hearing, but we never said that.
AI doesn't have cleavage yet.
But when it does, bye-bye.
They were just going to put it on the... It's the highest
Because
rated.
there's one thing I know about AI
I'm
is that
joking.
when I walk over to its cleavage and I'm looking at it, and AI, I started, maybe I started grabbing on it, then AI is like, stop, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
There's no laws yet for this.
I'm sorry. And then I write in there, no exceptions.
Yeah.
Can we go back to clapping for me?
In 20 years.
Wait till you see my prompts.
So,
wait till you see my prompts. Wait till you see my prompts.
Tracy is a big part of the beer fest, and we couldn't do it without her. So thank you very much for helping us with it.
You're welcome.
And
It's my pleasure.
And so, but Tracy was out there at like 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, drunk.
Which is, it's funny
My
because
dad dropped me off.
I was telling Tracy, you don't have to get out there that early.
No.
Like, let the people that get out there early be confused and go and whatever. We'll show them later. It's like, it's fine. Everything will be fine. But Tracy's like, no.
The markings of a good event are when Tom and I arrive about 30 minutes before it starts and we put up our own banners. I feel like that's the mark of a quality event.
And that's not how you should actually do it.
Even though I screamed last year, we'll never do this again.
You did.
And we're hiring people.
I want you to notice something that I'm going to ask you something that hopefully you noticed. Did you notice I didn't bring that up? At all.
I knew you were thinking.
Okay, did it? But
when
I didn't say a word.
Yeah, but I don't know. If I know someone's thinking it, I'm still mad. Because I'm thinking it. So I'm mad, and I know you should be mad.
He did. He stood there, and we were there with SJ, I think. It was the same scenario. We're standing there with SJ, and you shook your fist at the sky, and you said, next year, I'm just going to throw money at it. This year, we were down there with our tape, hanging our banners.
So anyway, back to Tracy. So Tracy gets there at 8:30 in the morning. All day long,
I dream about sex.
The event ends. We're doing the after party. Supervillains are playing. TV Generation's playing.
Yeah.
And Tracy's there hanging out. And I'm like, all right, I watched TV Generation.
You
I'm like,
shoot your shot?
I gotta go. No. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So then Tracy's texting. I'm laying in bed. I'm like, I already showered. I'm exhausted. The whole day.
It's a lot.
And then Tracy's like, I'm still here partying. I'm like, what the hell? And Tracy's there.
She can't be stopped.
I mean, what time you were there till? What happened, by the way?
I looking back in my text, I'm getting it all, but no, I got there at 8:25 in the morning with the cops, and then I shut it down. I got home around 1. I don't know. I just hung out and stayed and played and drank and danced and. Yeah, and then I forgot, though, that I told you this is my favorite part. I forgot that I told my neighbor that I would let her dog out after dinner.
Oh, Diarrhea City? Do we have some?
No, the dog did great. The dog held its own, but I had to knock at the door at 1 a.m. to have the old grandma come answer the door, me drunk as a skunk, to let the dog out.
At that point, I was like, because I've forgotten before in my life to let a dog out that I promised to let out. Whether it be,
I've never done that.
But I've never done that.
You've never offered to help anybody.
No, I do. No, my God, that's funny. But I have. Like, I was running the numbers. I'm like, no, I've
never done that.
I don't think my anxiety will allow me to take on the responsibility of someone else's dog and not let it out.
Yeah, I couldn't let it. I mean, she said it last was out at like 2:30, so it was less than 12 hours. A dog can hold itself 11 hours. That's fine.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I agree.
And again,
the
dog.
Grandmother was still awake because I was like drunkenly peering in the glass door window, and she's an old lady sitting in the recliner watching TV, still awake at 1 a.m.
People act like a dog going to the bathroom on the floor is the end of the world.
No.
Like, you didn't grow up in the
some people like that
80s and 90s.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
God, you ever watched the Osbournes?
Yeah.
I mean, they made a whole career off of dogs pooping and peeing on the floor. They're millionaires.
Yeah, that's no big deal. That's if the dog doesn't get let out, it'll go. It's not gonna die. But
chat room saying, as much as this show rails against litter boxes and pushes their anti-cat agenda, never have to worry about letting my cats out. Yeah, but you still live in a house full of turds.
Is that
and
Ghost?
nothing can change that. It is. Yeah,
How did I know that's from
Nothing
Ghost?
can change the fact that you live in a home filled with turds. Filled with turds and with an animal that hates you. The animal hates you.
Yeah, I'm anti-cat.
Yeah. I'm not
like
anti-cat. I'm not anti-animal, but I just choose not to let them into my house because I know they'll destroy it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So Tracy,
Yes.
So Saturday night, what time did you end up getting to your neighbor's house and then at this
It
point
was like 1 a.m, and then I was texting the lady who's, the mother who lives there, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm drunk, I'm at your door.
You said
Please.
that?
Yeah, I did.
Don't say that.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
never admit that.
She just apologized for adding more onto my plate than I already had, and I said no problem. Dogs went out, pooped and peed, all's good. And she's like, thank you. And I said, and then I let the dog out in the morning. All's good.
Chat room checking in. DeBerry Joe. Man, I love my 4 cats. There's pee-pee everywhere. My home stinks all the time. There
But
go.
you just
There's the real.
moved.
There's the real. Thank you
But
for
he
honesty.
just moved.
He
It
did.
shouldn't stink that
to
bad.
Charleston with his. I met his significant
Yes,
other.
I did too.
And I believe they're her cats. And hey, man, I'm happy for you. You'll put up with anything for love.
Lovely.
here's what the cat owners never mention is the spray. Which
Yeah,
is not
the spray.
Which is not.
Speaking of spray, our pest control sprayer is
That
here. And
is
Yeah, and when we
crazy,
said
Bert.
spray, he looked at me like, what?
Which is not even them going to the bathroom. It is them spraying.
Yeah, it's a different. What is spray made of? What is cat spray made of? Should I look that up?
No, it's gonna be like
No,
the whole.
I'm gonna look it up.
It's the same as
Squirt.
squirt. But
Wait a minute, is cat spray squirt?
Yes,
No,
yeah.
I think it's a mixture of other stuff.
So cats
Yeah.
are just as delusional as the women that
Yeah.
think that they have skeins fluid that is spraying crazy.
But it's a more pungent squirt, which marks their territory, and they'll get in your car or truck if you leave your window open and
How
spray
come
it
we've
up
never
there.
talked about how squirt is spray?
I don't know.
I feel like this is. I feel like we're onto something.
They'll go and they'll spray crazy, and then the spray smell, that's hard to get out.
Yeah, cat spray is basically the feline version of leaving a graffiti tag. Except the tag is pee with extra attitude. Cat spray is a concentrated burst of urine that a cat shoots onto vertical surfaces to mark its territory.
Under bridges.
It's not a puddle. It's not a whoops. It is a deliberate spray. And here are the top 5 places that cats spray: door frames, walls, the couch, your favorite shoe, the exact place you don't want it. ChatGPT hates
Wow.
cats. I
Wow.
think ChatGPT hates
It's just telling the real.
It is just throwing out the
Yeah.
real.
It's like, hey, get this animal that hates you. It'll spray your shoes. Oh, okay, thank you.
I know what everybody wants for Christmas: an animal, like you said, that hates you, that'll spray your door jams.
All right,
Yes.
Tracy.
Yes.
Let's. What do you want to talk about today?
I don't know. I went to New Orleans a little while ago.
Let's talk
All right,
about
let's
it.
talk
You wanna
about
talk
it.
about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I tell you Tracy's always on the go, like not only does she work multiple jobs and also takes care of her son, she also does a mom's club.
Yes.
Also, then constantly goes on trips. Seemingly, at least once a month, you're flying
In Europe,
somewhere.
yeah.
Somewhere.
Like, no, you do big dogs.
So
Sometimes,
you,
yeah.
You went to New Orleans for what?
Yeah, so actually, it started with the night before I went to New Orleans. I hosted, because I'm the Moms Club president, I hosted Friendsgiving. So I did that and didn't get home until midnight. Cleaned up all the dishes, was in bed by 1, and I was awake at 4 a.m. to go to New Orleans. So I had 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I was talking to you
Yeah,
during this.
that was a rough one. And then as soon as we got to New Orleans, we were off drinking. So it was my best friend's birthday that Friday, and then so it was her and another girl flew in on Thursday night. So I met up with them on Friday, and it was just the 3 of us, and that's where we went for my best friend's bachelorette party. In 2003.
Okay.
So we said, let's go back and maybe do it with like actual.
Didn't all of the girls get like hats that say like ultimate dumpster slut or something on them?
Oh yeah. So there
Am I
was
wrong on that? No, I'm serious. Like she's
No, it
sending
said
me pictures. This is
whorehouse.
a person that works with us, and she's got a hat on that says like #1 Louisiana dumpster slut.
It's like whorehouse.
You got a boater garage?
Yeah, she went straight boater garage. And I'm getting these photos. I think that's
It
why
was
I
really
feel.
fun. It was from a very nice old man. So there's a lot of interesting.
Hold on, rewind.
You got a boater garage hat from an old man?
No, all of the women in her group got matching dumpster slut hats from an old man that was, I think, trying to get in their pants.
So, like, you know how there's all those people, all the street performers, and then there's a bunch of homeless people, and then there's people on the corners just trying to collect money for organizations.
No, those are also
or themselves their
people.
money.
No,
right,
no,
for
you
them,
believe
for
that
them.
their organizations
So this,
are real?
Oh, sounds like an awesome place.
I know. So there's this old man standing on the corner, and New Orleans right now is a little hairy because there's a lot of construction going on in the French Quarter, actually. So there are some, they've ripped up the streets kind of like they did in Sanford.
Okay.
So they have fencing. So some of the sidewalks are just open. It's kind of weird in certain areas. So anyway, right near this weird area, I'm trying to get around construction, is this old man standing on the street corner.
Hey, who wants a slut hat?
He basically pulls us aside and he was like, hey, really quick. But he had a whole bit. Like, he had jokes, and he was like, and he'd ask us a question, and then he'd have a comeback for it, and he was funny. So we were like, okay, we'll hang out, like, we'll chat with this guy, we'll go along with it.
Yeah. He's a horny chirper like I am.
So for every answer,
this is my destiny, by the way, is to be a homeless old man in New Orleans.
It was totally you. And so for every answer, he had some sort of hat that came back with, like, you know, correlated to what his joke was.
What'd you like?
And my friend Stacy was the one who got
you
the
like
whorehouse
Wheaties? You
one.
a dyke? I got a hat for it.
I didn't originally get that one, but then at the end, he let us all pick from this giant suitcase of hats that he had.
Yeah. I'm sure they did not smell of smoke.
They were brand new. It had tags on it and everything. It had it had the paper on the inside, which he probably just
Chinese
about
quality.
Anyway, but,
yeah, with the tags.
But at the end of the day, he was supposedly collecting money for a food bank. Which,
the old dumpster slut food
He said,
bank.
if you want to keep the hat, it's $15. If not, I'll take it back. And we all just threw him a 20 because he was entertaining. We stood there for 15 minutes with him. He was really funny and really nice.
So you got scammed.
We gave away so much money. Like I don't know. It was just like when you're in New Orleans, there's all these street performers. You just like
well, okay, hold on. Let's pause for a second.
Scam you.
Yeah, they do. We got scammed by this one group that was like dancing around. They did nothing the whole time.
Well, hold on. Then they're not street performers. You see what I'm saying?
They were a street person.
Where is the level of street performing? Where do you guys draw it? I mean, I know when I go to St. Augustine, I need some stuff that moves the needle. If you're just sitting there drawing with a dog that has goggles on, that you're not a street performer.
That's why I got the info for the one guy. I did get his information, and I'm going to get dates from you today because he will do a Zoom interview with us. He is a street performer at the square. And
the horny old hat man?
No, not horny old
hat man.
Horny hat man was near the construction.
Can you get horny hat man?
He has a pet crow, so he can tell you all about that.
Tom has a pet crow.
The crow is not part of the skit, or he does magic. He does street magic, and he was really good. He was funny, but he also looks like Big Tim, so I thought that was kind of interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but he talks like he's like the largest leprechaun. He claims because he looks like an Irishman.
Okay,
that's his bit.
I think you could quietly make a fortune if you are an insane hustler and you're like in New Orleans or any place where there's a ton of tourists.
And a lack of shame, right? And I mean, I'm serious with that. You need to be able to, that whatever it is that a lot of people have where you think you're bothering somebody, that's gone. If you can flush that down the toilet, you can almost do anything.
Well, and this guy was telling me he doesn't stay in New Orleans all the time, so he travels. So I think depending on the weather or where he's got gigs, because I think he's a comedian too. So everybody.
Do you have to get a permit? DeBarry Joe's mentioned. Okay, so in New Orleans or Nolans, you got to get a permit to do it.
And he was very respectful because
do they gatekeep what? I bet it's just a permit.
I don't know.
You can be a talentless guy and get a permit.
Yeah, because there were also people doing tarot cards out there as well. So on the street and selling art.
I don't know.
Them
people
needed
like
permits
people
too.
like tarot cards.
Well, see, he was telling his crowd to back away because his crowd was getting so big that they started encroaching all around this lady who's trying to tell a fortune to somebody. So they were all really respectful of each other, and but they're. I mean, I imagine they're making money out there.
And especially when you learn the human psychology, after a while, you know who's going to pay, who's not going to pay. A group of girls that are all partying that are...
We just want to have fun, entertain us.
No, you guys look like you have money.
Your age girls are different than the 22-year-old girls.
They don't have
because
money.
they don't have any money.
With money. I went back with money.
100%. I would take one look at that Oxford you have on and look at your watch, and I'd be like, okay, we got to
Don't
sell
look
this.
at the watch.
We got to sell this lady a dumpster hat.
This was Target. The watch was not.
It's girls' night out. All these girls have money. Their husbands got money. They're out. They don't get out that often.
And they want to have a good time. And if I play my cards right and I charm them, I could make a decent amount. If I make them laugh, if I add to, you're big on this, Tom, if I add to the value of their night, and what could I do? Well, I could give them these crazy hats, and I could tell them some jokes, get some photos, offer to take photos of them.
That guy made $60 off of us. That guy made more money than the comedian that did magic. We gave him we each gave him like $5, you know? It was... But I got a hat. Yeah. No, that's also the key to street performing is like the street performer that just plays electric violin in the corner and doesn't have any interaction and just has a tip jar out isn't going to make a third or even 1/10 of the guy talking mad S to you, connecting with you, joking around with you, like, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, and then here's the thing, you're at one point, you almost pay him to leave you alone, and he knows that.
I think he's banking on that, right?
And then,
this guy wrapped it up. He knew. He was like, "Listen," and he's like, basically, that was the end of my skit. Like, he was funny, and he's like, "It's $15 a hat," and we were like, "Here's 20 each." He's like,
I like it when they
change?
do that. I like it when you get the speech at the end.
He's like, I'm done. Thank you.
The guy on my microphone, where the guy's like, hey, if you liked what happened here today, if you enjoyed this, if you laughed, if I put a smile on your face, please be a dear heart and just shove a couple of George Washingtons into this man's hat so he can go home and get himself a Four Loko and a hand job.
I just really enjoyed meeting the interesting people of New Orleans or that were there that weren't like the tourists because I randomly talk to people.
You chirp.
And, I'm a chirper. And we were on the trolley going up to the cemeteries the one afternoon, and the three of me and my two friends were chatting, and then this gentleman gets on the trolley and he sits down next to my friend, and he had some sort of musical instrument case, and younger black guy, and I just was like, hey, I go, what's in the box? You know, what you got? What do you got in there? And he's like, oh, it's
all cat turds.
I think it was a saxophone. So we started talking. I become friends with him on Instagram.
I like how you act as if a saxophone is a rare instrument.
I couldn't see it was in a box.
I believe it was a saxophone.
I was trying to remember if it was a trombone, but I think it was a saxophone.
Yeah.
And I become friends with him on Instagram. He shows me his Instagram page, so I click follow. He's a 3-time Grammy-nominated saxophone player. I'm like, just randomly meeting you on the trolley. That's pretty cool.
You could just write that on anything.
I know, but I saw the videos. Like I saw him performing.
You want to know the new thing now? And I'm gonna get some hate. Nobody gets some hate for this. Like, you could submit your music to the Grammys, and then you can post for Grammy consideration. And then people are like, "Holy crap, you're up for a Grammy!" No, that's not what I said. It's not what I said.
He was nominated.
I submitted my music, and then I said, for your consideration.
He actually just played the women's basketball game, Tulane versus New Orleans.
Women's basketball.
Anyway,
that's way less.
It was on ESPN.
Wow. You're a halftime show for women's basketball? So you're the thing that they really don't care about when they really don't care about?
The national anthem, and it was on ESPN or whatever.
Wait a minute. I would argue that the halftime show at ladies basketball, more viewers.
Tune in for that time.
Oh my God!
So then I also
look how fast they are.
I also picked up another job. So if everything in Florida goes to the wayside, I could go back to New Orleans and become a bouncer at the Dueling Piano Bar, because I did a really good job of checking IDs and telling people they weren't allowed to come in if they had drinks. So I sat in the bouncer's seat.
Why are you doing that?
Just because I was allowed.
Okay, I feel you.
The bouncer let me sit there, and I literally, people were giving me their IDs. I told people no. I turned people away.
And you're drunk with power.
I was. And then I pointed to the sign behind me that said no outside drinks, and I was like, sorry, you got to finish that. And they would stand at the door and just start chugging their drink. And it was so much fun.
What's the state of nudity in New Orleans? See any nudity?
I saw one boob from a girl that came up to us when we were talking to Hat Guy. She wanted in on the action, and she kept messing up his bit because she kept throwing a wild, like she was wasted or something.
Okay, now hold on.
And then she pulled her boob out, and all of us were like, okay. And then she just left. That was the only boob I saw. Because when we went to the strip club, none of the girls were out dancing yet. So then we left.
What do you mean out there?
It was like the servers were on the stage, like trying to sell shots or something, because we were only in there for like a minute. But
I always hated when the servers get on stage, and you're never going to see the servers naked, but they're all the ones holding the beach towels that you're going to get for the 2-song sexy dance, right?
We didn't stay that long.
Did you buy a dance or anything?
No, we did tip. Well, my friend tipped we were in the gay bar, the gay dance bar. So he had like a banana hammock on. I don't know. He did a split on the bar. Yeah, that was more fun.
Tom could do that.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought about when I saw it.
Too stiff.
When I saw him, I was like, "That's totally Tom."
Why would you say that? I should get a banana hammock.
It's a hard pull off. It's hard to pull off.
I'm gonna host next year. Someone sells in a banana hammock.
I cannot wait for that.
Dude, like we saw at the Fair Villa party, there was and you could tell this man was wealthy just by some of the jewels he was wearing. But he had a Chubby's George Kittle edition, like button-up polo, and then his bottoms see-through weenie pouch.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And I liked his confidence. Up top,
weenie,
up top,
you could see everything.
Up top, he was George Kittle polo. On the bottoms,
I just got the chills.
Man's legs and see-through weenie pouch.
He was older, so they're skinny. You know, like you can tell a person's age by their legs.
This was at Fair Villa?
You can.
Party?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to get out of here. Tracy, again, pineapple six-packs coming out. Grape Surge, White Claw, of course. We've been a White Claw podcast for over a decade now. Yeah. Since it really became popular.
Well, now it's like, it's funny because now it's as popular or more popular than any beer you'd ever have. So if you've never tried it, I would say now would be the time because there's a bazillion flavors and they're all dialed in perfectly.
Thank you very much, Tracy. We appreciate it.
We love you, lady.
Love you.
And we'll be right back.
All right. Good job. What's up, Jeremy?
What's up, man?
Hey.
How are you, buddy?
I'm great. How are you?
It's been a minute. Very good to see you. Where's that goatee?
That's Tuesday 1.
Thank you.
Good. How are you?
Good. Oh, my legs. Oh, I don't want to give you guys I probably just boob shotted the camera real good.
Well, I'll hear about it, I'm sure.
Bye, I love you.
We love you. Boom.
I'll see you.
The kid says hi.
Bye, I'll see you.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, but I'll text you. Come on in, man.
My nail's fixed. I broke my nail on the History Center tent.
Oh, no.
It's your fault.
It is.
How you doing, man?
I'm
Very
great.
good
How
to
are
see
you?
you. Happy, Thanksgiving, and
it's getting that
we're
time.
almost there. I'm gonna fix your camera here.
Cool.
It's right here, so.
Okay, great.
But I'll make it look good for you. Don't worry.
Awesome. I
How
need the
are
help.
you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, real good, man.
Good.
I mean, now that this is our last day, so it's kind of
Oh,
fun.
cool.
The vibe here,
Yeah.
even if it's bad, can't be bad because it's last day. So.
Yeah, it's like last day of school.
And it
kind of thing.
wouldn't be bad. It's just I think we're both kind of tired because after the beer fest and the
Oh, of course.
sofas
Yeah.
and suds, it's
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. All right, that looks great. Okay, perfect. And we're gonna talk lunch and learn.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Cypress
All right.
Gardens Lunch and Learn.
Ooh, I'm gonna put up some Cypress Garden stuff here
Yeah.
so people know what we're talking about. Everything else been well?
Yeah. No, everything's good. What about you guys? I know you're super busy, but
Well, we aren't now, which
Yeah.
is awesome. But yeah, we just had our beer fest and we just had our Sofas and Suds event, and now we are, officially off the clock, which
Great.
is, man, it feels kind of good to get the events out of the way.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But Tom and Tracy did such a good job this year of organizing everything. In my opinion, it was the best one we've ever done.
oh, that's great. Yeah. Yeah.
I think so. Like I just thought when I walked the whole thing and looked at everything that everything like was pretty darn smooth. There may be a couple things we changed, but I don't necessarily know if I count them as
yeah, I mean, there's always room.
Yeah,
for
I mean, like
improvement,
it's
I
also
guess,
we live in a time where like it was funny because you get real world feedback
Oh,
wherever
yeah.
you're at. You
Yeah,
know?
it's,
people do not hold their tongues.
They will let you know.
Yeah, they let you know immediately. So, but it was good. Vibes were all good. Events were all good. So, I think we got in and out and did it at our highest possible level, and that's all we can do.
That's good. Yeah. So you guys are off until next week then with Thanksgiving?
Yes,
or-
on Monday.
Great.
And we will air this on Monday.
Okay.
Of next week.
Yeah,
Just
no, that's
be-
perfect. Yeah. Yeah, it's
It's
Friday.
a lunch and learn Friday. So.
Right.
Beautiful. All right.
And we'll just talk Cypress Gardens.
Yeah, sounds good. Do you guys ever go there?
Yes.
I did.
Yeah.
The memories are, well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
tell you. Let me keep that. Okay, T, where's this one going?
Monday 3.
Okay, beautiful.
December 1st.
All right. Do you want me to bring this back?
Yes.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
Yes, let's do it.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2. Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
From the Orange County Regional History Center, we've got Jeremy on the couch today. How you doing, Jeremy?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Very good to see you.
You too. Yeah, it's always a pleasure.
It's been a minute since we've got to sit down with you and talk about new exhibits.
Yeah. We always have something coming up, so we're always glad to talk to you about the next thing.
So the History Center does these cool things called Lunch and Learns.
Yeah.
And Jeremy, explain kind of what a typical Lunch and Learn is.
Yeah, so it's the first Friday of every month, and it's typically one of our staff members leads a sort of presentation about a specific topic related to Central Florida history. And I think it usually works out pretty well because the staff member who's sort of tasked with doing that kind of picks what they're going to talk about. Of course, there are certain things like with anniversaries and different topics that pop up. But, it's always sort of interesting to see the different things that people choose and sort of the folks who come out for it, just because, you're talking about a topic that, a lot of people in this area really, may know about or, may not know so much about. So it's always kind of great to share some of our collection and some of our stories from Central Florida's past.
And you're doing a Lunch and Learn December 5th about Cypress Gardens.
Yeah, Cypress Gardens is kind of, the sort of quintessential Florida attraction in a lot of ways. It was around for almost 75 years. Of course, today, Legoland, kind of pays homage to some of that, being the same property and whatnot. But, yeah, exactly. So it's, it's one of the things that I think really, painted the picture of what Florida was for people who, both lived here, and for people who are outside of Florida, you kind of picture what it is, and that's what you see.
It seemed to me, and it had a lasting impression on me, that the brand Cypress Gardens is burned into my dumb Florida brain as a lifer, born and raised here, born in Gainesville.
Yep.
As it is Florida to me. The ladies in the dresses, the cypress stumps, the
water
skiing.
skiing.
Yeah. There's something about it that when I knew you were coming in to talk about this, I was never more excited about any topic we've ever had in here, and I think you too, Tom, it's like one of those things that where our dads connected, Florida's connected. My dad's ski crazy. Your dad, ski, there's something very Florida about it, and I think they nailed it, and it hurts my heart that I can't just jump in the car and roll down to Cypress Gardens, because I think it would work. I think now, I don't think it'll ever happen again, but I think if it were still going, I don't know. I think it would work. I think it would. The water skiing is awesome.
Well, it was kind of a mom and pop theme park, Florida-based theme park before the explosion of giant corporate Walt Disney World theme parks, that kind of thing. And let's go back to the beginning of Cypress Gardens. How did it start?
Yeah, so the story is really intertwined with the Pope family, who were the founders. Dick Pope is kind of, there's a lot of sort of names that people call him, but sort of like the father of Florida tourism.
It should be the Pope of Florida tourism.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I don't know nothing.
He was a really interesting guy, just because, a lot of his desire to, he was originally in real estate. His father was involved with real estate. So a lot of, I think, the concepts of what Cypress Gardens became was in a way to attract, make the area look attractive to people. And I think that, you talk about the sort of picturesque version of Florida, that was all by design. Even in the 30s, I think that he really wanted to, sort of make this picturesque version of what, the natural beauty, but also kind of make it something that looked good in photos and, would attract people to the area. So, you see all these postcards and things that are, you can't go into an antique store in Florida without seeing a Cypress Gardens image of some kind or some kind of, souvenir. And the sort of kitsch of it, I think really, to your point, Dan, is sort of like, now people have such an appreciation for that. But I think it was just sort of the times changed, and there was ownership changes and trying to kind of keep up with the larger theme parks as opposed to keeping it what it kind of was from the beginning.
I have a strange, messed up, garbled memory. If anybody plays like Assassin's Creed video games, the way that like memories in there are represented, it's almost like Dot's Matrix, and some parts are filled in and some parts are fuzzy, right?
Yep.
I have this weird Assassin's Creed style, fuzzy video game style memory of sitting in a grandstand watching skiers, and then they announce, I'm a little boy, and then they announce, ladies and gentlemen, Spider-Man. And I think it was Spider-Man, and he came out skiing. And my brain exploded. Like, or it was hang gliding, or maybe it was Superman hang gliding, but it was superhero skiers.
Okay.
Somebody can tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Well, they had that flying.
They had a hang gliding skiing guy. I'm talking about they had superheroes. Okay. I'm telling you, they had superheroes. Now, if I'm lying, I'm dying. But now, hopefully, somebody says you made this up. There is no proof of this. But it was superheroes.
Okay.
Like I want to say, like Superman, Wonder Woman, Spider-Man, and they were skiing, and I was like, there's nothing greater! Superhero skiing, Florida!
I wonder if they even had to pay for licensing rights for them, like back then.
No, that's the beauty of it. They're just like, put on your Spider-Man costume. We're doing it, Jerry.
Yeah, things were a little different back then, probably. But yeah, the skiing was such a huge part of it. And I know that Dick Pope and his son, Dick Pope Jr., were like real innovators of water skiing and are in the Water Ski Hall of Fame. And it's not just a gimmick. I mean, they had like their signature line of skis, and Dick Pope Jr. really innovated the sport in a lot of ways. He was the first sort of person to popularize the barefoot skiing and all kinds of stuff. So if you're into that element at all, they're definitely an important part of Florida history.
So what else did Cypress Gardens have? Like, we all know they're famous for the water skiing show that went on for years, and then it was a botanical garden.
Yeah.
So there was the standard plants and trees and different species.
Oh my God.
They had the triangle ski.
But it's the superheroes.
Superheroes.
Look at them go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who do they got there? They got multiple. They got Batman,
got the Flash,
and Robin.
Aquaman, Superman, Batman. They got Batgirl, Supergirl, and Wonder Woman. There you go.
They put Wonder Woman on top.
Yeah.
Hey. So, what else did they have?
So I think that's sort of an interesting question, just because I think that now we think of like a theme park as like this thing that you get up early and go and you spend all day there. I think at the in its earliest years, the sort of botanical garden and then the skiing and all that, like that was sort of enough to attract people. I don't think that this idea that you would spend days at a time at a park like that was really, until Disney came along. I don't think that was really the way people saw it. And I think
some people don't even think that's healthy, right? Like some people are like, you don't need to spend 5 days at the theme park. What are you doing with your life, man?
But to that point,
I mean, back in the day, you could show your kids some trees and they'd be some water skiing.
Yeah, but also
you'd be like, wow.
You didn't have to go for the night either. You could zip in there for an hour and a half and get the hell out, and you'd be all right.
Right. Yeah. And I don't want to downplay the garden aspect of it all, because by the 80s, I think they had like 8,000 varieties of plants. And I mean, they definitely attracted people who were interested in that.
It was cool. I remember it being cool.
It's a very picturesque,
and the
beautiful
ladies,
park.
the I don't know, the debutantes, what were they named?
That's another element
whatever
of
they
all
were.
this. Yeah,
as a young boy, I'll just say it. It was awesome to walk around because they were sweet to you. It was almost like having a bunch of Disney princesses, being sweet to you as a little boy. I mean,
Cypress Gardens debutantes?
They had like hot.
It's
hard
think
to explain.
They're sort of like Southern Belles, which has its own sort of connotation. But I mean, that's sort of what they referred to them as, which is interesting because that was sort of originally developed because there was a freeze and some of the plants at the front of the gardens had frozen and died off, so they put someone there to kind of speak to people to liven up the area, kind of thing, and that was where that all came from.
I mean, we're talking the Cypress Gardens, they're not idiots. Let's get us an army of like 35 to 50 rotating
Southern Belles,
and they're all 10s and 11s. Right, and then when people come, I'm serious. I mean, it was at a time when you could tell people they couldn't be a Southern Belle. You know what I mean?
So, now when did Cypress Gardens open again?
So that's another thing that's sort of, if you look it up, a lot of people say 1936, but just in our research, 1935 was when it officially opened.
Okay.
And part of that is that Dick Pope was such a, sort of P.T. Barnum type that he kept doing these sort of lavish opening event type things. So I think people get kind of confused as to when, like, this guy was a real, people.
Showman.
Yeah, he was a real showman. And I appreciate that. I mean, I know that sometimes has sort of a negative connotation as like a hustler or something, but he really did a lot to, make people interested in what he was doing and attract movie projects and television shows.
You're a bit like Dick Pope. You're a bit like P.T. Barnum. You guys are,
well,
you're a showman.
It was at a time where, unless you got into the newspaper, then you just had to yell. That was the only way to get the word out. You had to,
come see our amazing Southern Belle.
Like, you got on a street corner and you just yelled to the crowd to try to attract attention.
Yeah.
Like, that was the only marketing they had. It was like that, a newspaper, that was it.
Yeah. And he had a great relationship with Martin Anderson, who was the owner and editor of the Orlando Sentinel. So that always helped, kind of drum up publicity. But one thing that I find like really interesting is like the early days of television, you're seeing these images and stuff. And then by the time, like in 1968, Johnny Carson did a special from there. And I think something like 88 million people watched it, which is like 43% of the American population at that time.
We have covered this on our show, and I showed some of the behind the scenes footage.
Yeah.
If you're really interested in this, and I don't know if you have this too, I could send it to you. But on the Prelinger archives, that is like a web-based archaeological thing where people go and dump footage. There is all of the behind-the-scenes footage of Johnny Carson out there.
Which is amazing.
And they have him skiing, and they have him swimming, and I've showed it to you before. And Johnny's in awesome shape. He's got tiny little white dukes on. He's smoking a cigarette. He's skiing. He's talking to the ladies.
And the
Florida-shaped pool was up there,
of
right?
course. And that was part of this film called Easy to Love in 1953. They built it for that. But what I think's interesting about the Johnny Carson thing is the only thing that really survives is that behind-the-scenes footage because no one has the special anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like it's like lost media essentially. So, yeah, I mean, if
work?
anybody can prove me wrong, I'd be happy to
wild.
see it. But like with all the things that they didn't necessarily like TV in the '60s, you're not necessarily thinking there's going to be a market for showing that later. And I think the film just got lost to time.
This kind of had like a true Florida, almost when Johnny was here and doing the show and the hype around it. Like if you go and watch any of that, it feels very much like, well, obviously Orlando's going to be the next Miami. It's got like this very much like we're Hollywood. That's what it felt like to me when I looked at it.
Yeah, I mean, they filmed so many things there. And like, Polk County at the time, like, I think people think about Polk County and in the 30s, like that was a very sort of affluent area with all the, sort of natural surroundings and everything. So kind of going back to that real estate thing where it's just like you're taking what exists and kind of making it almost like better than perfect in some way to try to make people want to come live there or visit there or what have you. So
yeah, I mean, it's awesome too that it was at a time when Johnny Carson was shirtless skiing and doing real skiing stunts, and they would never let anyone do that now. They're just not going to let him do it.
I mean, there was a quintessential time in, let's just say, Florida boating before safety regulations, before environmental protection. And then it was, you just pulled your boat into the spring. And then you're like, this tree's like, you rip the tree out of the way.
Just pull it out of there.
You're throwing your beer can into the lake. It'll disappear.
Another thing that Johnny did that my father also did, and I'd like for you to weigh in on this, is that they didn't wear life vests. If they had to, they would wear the white ski belt.
Yeah.
My dad would wear a bright white. It was just a ski belt because he thought the jackets were, he wasn't going to wear the jacket. He wanted that. And he'd smoke a cigarette.
It's like, this is for babies.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Like, we were a Cypress Gardens family through and through.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people were. It's part of a lot of people's sort of memories growing up in Florida in general, really.
Yeah, I think so.
We also on this show, and we talked to our buddy Falconer Jones about his dad buying a ski hang glider from someone at Cypress Gardens or being involved in that. And then they had essentially these hang gliders that were strapped to your back and you're on water skis and you'd actually be able to fly behind the boat. And the most dangerous thing, and that was another popular show at Cypress Gardens.
Absolutely.
They call it ski kiting.
And I think Carson did that as well.
I believe he did.
Yeah.
And again, they're never going to let that happen ever again. I mean, you're
Well,
talking about
it's so dangerous.
At the time, are you talking about the biggest late night comedy celebrity of all time, and they're just putting him in a hang glider? Like, bye, Johnny.
With the no.
But he
practice.
was kind of a badass. Like, he was in really good shape. You know, I mean, aside from the smoking, but I think that helped him back then.
But I think it's really interesting too, because you're that amount of people watching a show like that, you know, people in the middle of America who've never been to Florida, like that really does sort of create what they think of. And I think movies and television really have that sort of power in a lot of ways, is where you know, even a place you've never been, you see something like that and you're like, I want to go there.
So if that's the height of Cypress Gardens, Johnny Carson, I mean, with that many millions of people watching a special film there, which is insane, by the way, like those numbers
Can't be
are totally insane. Then what is the beginning of the downfall for? Is it the parks coming into Central Florida?
Yeah, well, originally the Pope family was actually very welcoming of, you know, they were excited that Disney was coming, and I think that
just like we are with AI.
The more people, the better. In their mind.
And like the sort of you know, rising tides lift all boats kind of thing. And again, kind of going back to the idea that people would come and do different things. It wasn't necessarily like you would fly in and go to Disney for a week and then fly out. Like, people were looking for other things to do. And, you know, you would sort of even see partnerships between the different theme parks and stuff, even as late as the 1980s. But yeah, so in the early 80s.
There's an article here about how they killed the hang glider. It became too expensive to insure.
I can imagine.
Really?
Like ChatGPT is linking me to articles now about how, like, some of the pieces of the water ski show started to get, you know, because of, you know, litigious society, whatever you want to call it, the way that just law happens, they started pulling back on certain things that just like, nah, you can't be doing that. What if that thing goes crazy and lands on the stands and kills everybody? You know?
But yeah, in 1985, the Pope family ended up selling, and then it was just a litany of different sort of companies coming in and buying it, including Anheuser-Busch at one point, who operated, you know, SeaWorld and Busch Gardens and whatnot. But it kind of, by the 2004 to 2009, it was sort of rebranded as Cypress Gardens Adventure Park, and they added some rides and some different things, and they try to do a lot of the concerts, like similar to the way like Epcot would do, you know, the food and wine and flower and garden and stuff.
And there's a water park.
Yeah, so they added the water park as well, which there's still
me and Daniel performed there. Back in the radio days. Back in 06.
Yeah, and a bunch of just hammered people floating by in the most pee-pee lazy river I've ever seen.
Oh man, I can imagine that.
It's just a stew-doo.
We saw the end of it.
We did.
And actually, where it's like, you know, they had the water park feature, and then they were trying
not quite Lego yet.
Not quite Lego.
Not quite Lego yet. Which, you know, it's kind of cool that, and I've heard that, like you said, they do kind of pay tribute to the parks that have. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, like, it sucks because, like, I think I enjoy, out of all of it, like, the aspect of protecting that beautiful Florida sort of
history.
Well, but they made the gardens look so much like a postcard that, you know, and we have other places. We have places here in town, like Lou Gardens and different places you can go that are very similar. But I don't know, anytime you take one of those really beautiful Florida places away, no matter what, I'm going to be a little bummed about it, because I love the imagery of my daughter's room. It's all that styled
cool.
60s,
I like that.
like Cypress Garden stuff, all of it. So
yeah, I love it. It looks really great, and I mean, they still have some of the actual garden there, and the Florida pool is still there, and a couple other sort of you know, elements, but yeah, not quite the same anymore.
So, and that's where we're at right now, is like, it doesn't, is there anything left besides the remnants of it? Are they still operating in any way?
Yeah, so I mean, not as like a park. It is all Legoland, but
mean like a brand?
They sort of. That's a good question. No, I mean, I feel like there's probably an entity on paper or something like that, but that's a great question. They can instantly
flip, like, if they started taking some of the iconic, like the Florida pool. There's a Florida pool photo that's very iconic.
Yeah,
you start printing that and putting that old school, very Florida stylized branding of Cypress. I buy it. I mean, I'm in the market for it, like a throwback T-shirt.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
would love that, or a hat. Like, I'd be all in for that. Like, it is a shame when you see these things, because that one I always liked, because it wasn't like, okay, there's nothing about Terminator 2 at, and then I'm using an old ride, but Terminator 2 at Universal, that doesn't represent Florida at all.
Yeah.
Other than having Shaquille O'Neal in there with his bionic eye scanning the baby saying he's going to kill everybody or save everybody, whatever. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, this was like Florida.
Absolutely. And I think that that's a part of it as well, is that, the sort of homogenization of things where, like, the things that you see at a theme park now could kind of fit anywhere. I mean, and this is something that's very specific to Florida and, wouldn't necessarily exist elsewhere. So I think that's part of why people remember it so fondly. And it's such a big part of, the Florida lure in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe we'll get something years from now.
The last true Florida theme park is probably Gatorland, right?
I think you have to say that.
Yeah.
I think you have to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be some smaller ones
Like
that even Savannah
Wiki-Wachi.
knows about. Yeah.
Yeah, like
You might be able to put them on the list, but yeah, Gatorland's in there as being like true Florida, where they're not really relying on like, hey, everybody, this is sponsored by Siemens, and here comes Billy Bob Thornton to do the intro video. That's not Florida to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. It's cool. I'm not dogging on it. Like,
Right.
I love all the technology we have, but Harry Potter's not Florida. This was Florida. So
Yeah, it's all a different experience, and I think with Gatorland and what Cypress Gardens was a a representation of something that you could only see here, and there are a place for that, and there's a place for all the other sort of larger parks as well.
And you can learn all about this, and you can either buy a lunch or bring a lunch, right?
Correct. Yeah. So it's like we said, it's Friday, December 5th at noon. We are cognizant of people are literally on their lunch in some cases, so we keep it to an hour. And there's also some virtual options as well, but it's $5 for the general public, and it's free for members of the History Center. And yeah, there's some options on there as far as buying lunch, or you can bring lunch, and it's a nice little hour for your Friday afternoon.
Awesome. And again, you can find out more information at thehistorycenter.org. Jeremy, thanks so much for
man.
coming.
Awesome.
Always
Yeah.
good seeing
No,
you.
you too, guys. Thanks a lot.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
and
happy
love
Thanksgiving.
to everybody.
Yeah.
And hey, we'll see you soon. All right.
Awesome.
Nice job, bud.
Thank
And
you,
then
guys.
I guess we're off until noon, right?
Yes.
All right, guys. We'll be back a little